Have you noticed that the more you chase comfort, the weaker you feel inside? Could it be that ease, the very thing you think will help you, is secretly making you fragile? Imagine standing in the middle of chaos, loss, betrayal, hardship, and yet remaining calm, steady, unshaken. This is not a dream. It is the Stoic way. Too many people suffer in silence, believing they are broken because life feels heavy. But what if the weight was never meant to crush you, but to shape you? Welcome to Stoic Blend, where ancient wisdom meets modern life. Today, we will explore the Stoic way to toughen your mind and spirit. Stop suffering in silence. This journey is divided into 10 timeless Stoic lessons, each one a principle designed to strengthen your discipline, sharpen your clarity, and anchor your spirit. Every chapter builds upon the last, guiding you step by step toward unshakable resilience. Now, let us begin with the very first step on this path. Chapter 1. Stop making excuses. Comfort has a cost. What feels easy today often becomes weakness tomorrow. The Stoics saw this clearly. They did not seek a life free from difficulty. They welcomed difficulty as the training ground for virtue. Excuses are the earliest cracks in discipline. They look harmless. I'll start tomorrow. I'm tired. Just once won't hurt. But Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, at dawn, when you have trouble getting up, tell yourself, I am rising to do the work of a human being. Each excuse separates intention from action. Over time, you stop living by principle and start living by moods. Epictetus warned, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. And the first reaction to master is rejecting excuses. A Stoic replaces hesitation with honesty. I am avoiding this task, not because I cannot do it, but because it feels uncomfortable. And then they act anyway. The more often you act despite excuses, the stronger the link between thought and action becomes. The mind learns, I move not because conditions are perfect, but because I decided to move. Chapter 2. Embrace discomfort. Comfort, left unchecked, decays the soul. It dulls urgency, weakens instinct, and shrinks your tolerance for difficulty. The Stoics understood this and practiced voluntary discomfort. Seneca advised, set aside certain days for living on the scantiest fare, with rough clothing, saying to yourself, is this what I feared? Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that luxury weakens the spirit. Epictetus taught that effort reveals capacity. Discomfort becomes useful when you deliberately step into it. Wake earlier than you want. Walk instead of driving. Eat a plain meal. Work without distraction. These small rehearsals prepare you for life's inevitable hardships. The more you expose yourself to difficulty, the less power it has over you. Comfort no longer dictates your behavior. You learn that effort, not ease, is the true source of strength. Chapter 3. Control your emotions. The Stoic does not erase emotion, they govern it. Anger narrows vision. Fear paralyzes. Desire distracts. Marcus Aurelius compared the mind to a fortress strong, calm, unshaken by storms outside. Seneca wrote, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Emotions, when unchecked, magnify suffering. The Stoic practice is simple yet profound. Pause. Breathe. Ask, what caused this emotion? Does it fit the facts? What action aligns with my values? In this way, emotions shift from commands to signals. Anger becomes a cue to check boundaries. Fear becomes a prompt to weigh risks carefully. Desire becomes a chance to test priorities. Epictetus reminded his students, observe, reflect, choose. The pause breaks the chain between impulse and behavior. It restores freedom. Chapter 4. Build a routine of discipline. Strength is not built on bursts of inspiration. It grows through routine. Epictetus compared philosophy to athletic training. You don't train only when you feel like it. You train because your identity demands it. The Stoics valued structure, mornings for reflection, evenings for review, days built on rhythm, not chaos. Start small. Wake at the same time. Read a Stoic passage. Write a brief journal. Keep the chain unbroken. Once a habit takes root, add another. Discipline grows by layering. Remove distractions as well as adding habits. Fewer inputs mean greater focus. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you seek tranquility, do less, or do what's essential," which brings a double satisfaction. Less distraction, more focus. Routine is not punishment. It is liberation. It frees energy for higher challenges by removing endless decisions. Over time, discipline becomes your natural posture. Chapter 5. Tame your desires. Desire is the beginning of suffering. Seneca warned, "The man who needs the least is the richest." Each indulgence you add becomes a new dependency. Cravings appear harmless entertainment, validation, comfort, but they enslave your peace to things outside your control. When absent, you feel restless. When present, they offer only fleeting relief. The Stoic does not reject all desire. They examine it. Where did this urge come from? Is it necessary or conditioned by society? They practice fasting not just from food, but from comfort. They delay gratification on purpose. They remind themselves, "I can live without this." Each act of restraint strengthens character. Each refusal builds freedom. Over time, your identity shifts from craving to control. You no longer chase every urge. You act by principle. Chapter 6. Master your attention. Attention is the root of self-mastery. Where it goes, your actions follow. Scatter it, and you scatter yourself. Marcus Aurelius trained himself to stay with the present task, not wander into fear of tomorrow. This is why he could lead an empire without collapsing inwardly. Today, attention is stolen constantly. Notifications, opinions, noise. A distracted mind forgets what matters. The Stoic solution: control inputs, choose what deserves attention, remove noise, read slowly, write without checking your phone. When you drift, return without judgment. Repetition builds focus. Focus builds peace. Without mastering attention, no other Stoic strength can last. Chapter 7. Respect time. Time is life's most precious resource. Once spent, it cannot be reclaimed. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." People guard wealth, yet squander hours. The Stoic asks, does this action matter? Does it move me closer to virtue? Protect mornings. Review evenings. Use time deliberately. Busyness is not progress. Deliberation is. When you respect time, regret fades and confidence grows. You begin to trust the way you live each day. Chapter 8. End dependency on approval. Approval is a fragile foundation. If your peace depends on praise, you are never free. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, an action is either right or wrong. Applause does not add to its worth. The Stoic listens to feedback, but does not depend on it. Their compass is internal. Speak less, Do more. Let your life be your statement. True confidence is built not on approval, but on alignment between thought and deed. Chapter 9. Face responsibility head on. Responsibility avoided only grows heavier. Each delayed decision compounds into stress. The Stoic addresses responsibility early. They do not wait for perfect conditions. They act with what is at hand. Marcus Aurelius warned, "Hesitation is self-abandonment. Life moves whether you act or not." Start with small responsibilities. Wake when you said you would. Finish tasks you avoid. Tell the truth even when uncomfortable. Each small act builds trust with others and with yourself. Responsibility willingly carried becomes maturity. It shapes quiet leadership, earned not by title, but by presence. Chapter 10. Live as an example. Words fade. Actions remain. The Stoic knows that philosophy is not spoken but lived. Consistency is the true measure. Show discipline, not disorder. Show honesty, not excuses. Show endurance, not collapse. When you stumble, admit it, correct it, move forward. This humility strengthens your example. Over time, your steady actions influence more than speeches ever could. People learn from what you repeat. They trust patterns, not promises. This is leadership, not loud, not demanding, but visible in conduct, reliable in crisis, and consistent across time. Through these 10 principles, the Stoics taught us how to forge resilience. 1. Stop making excuses. 2. Embrace discomfort. 3. Control emotions. 4. Build routines of discipline. 5. Tame desires. 6. Master attention. 7. Respect time. 8. End dependency on approval. 9. Face responsibility. 10. Live as an example. This is the heart of the Stoic way to toughen your mind and spirit. Stop suffering in silence. The storms of life will come, but will you be tossed around, or will you stand like a fortress? If this message resonates, let Stoic wisdom guide your days. Subscribe to Stoic Blend. Share this video with someone who needs strength, and keep building the clarity, resilience, and calm that no storm can take away.